Hey, this is James, the non-professional, back with another episode of Draw. And today we're going to do Wreck-It Ralph. So for those of you who don't know who he is, he's a video game character from a fictitious video game in a movie called Wreck-It Ralph. And the follow-up, Ralph Breaks the Internet. He's a big guy that crushes everything. And if you go and watch the movie, you'll get what I'm saying. Now, he's a very unique character to draw. He's a video game, so everything is sort of polygonal. In other words, they're geometric shapes. So if you actually see him in the cartoon or in the animation, everything is very blocky and squared off on his whole body. You see, so we're in roughs right now, and just as I said, use simple shapes and develop concepts here. And with him, the simple shapes are rectangles. You know, with the exception of his face and a little bit of his hands and whatnot, but the rest of them is just, basic shapes. So he's got a big old rectangle for the body, rectangle for legs, and, sort of rectangle for the upper arms and cylinders for the bottom of the arms. His feet, they're not exactly blocks, but they're more like wedges, sort of like a wedge of cheese turned on its side. So where the toes are going to be at the thinner or the more tapered end. So that's the make of his body. Basically a bunch of blocks and geometric shapes. Blocks that you would find in a kid's toy box is what is the makeup of his body. All right, so we're going to do some lines here, and we're going to keep our pencils tight, pin down some definitive lines, and let's bring those concepts to life. So on his right hand there, he's stopping Mr. Pac-Man. For those who don't know what that is, it's a very, very old arcade game, one of the original, popular arcade games. And in Pac-Man's arcade game, he's always trying to get this cherry. I guess the cherry sort of makes him invincible to these enemies, these ghosts that sort of, that are chasing after him throughout the game. So anyways, he wants a cherry. So Wreck-It Ralph also wants a cherry. If you ever watch the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. And he's just sort of keeping an angry Pac-Man away from the cherry, because of course Wreck-It Ralph wants it for himself. All right, so we are in the ink stage of our drawing here, and we're going to make these concepts, and we're just going to make them permanent. And as I said before, kids, when you're drawing lines or inking, just let your pen flow. I have kids, and they often try to go really slow to make things really careful, make the curves really careful. You just got to learn to just let that pen just sort of glide across the page, just like I did there, just like I did there, just like I did there, And if you got to use stencils stencils and rulers and whatnot to make great lines, use stencils and rulers to make great lines. The point is to create a good-looking picture, a very clean, very good-looking picture. And whatever tool you have to use to do that, you're not denying yourself your creativity when you're using tools. That's what a pencil is, So, all right, we're going to do some colors. His hair is going to have some highlights, so be patient. It's not just going to be that dark brown that you see there. Because if you ever see a reference, he does have highlights in his hair. And there you go. And then Wreck-It Ralph, for some reason, has rosy cheeks, a rosy nose, and then rosy ears as well. It's weird, but it actually looks good on him. So the one thing that is going to be difficult to color is his shirt, because in general the base color is orange, but he has this plaid design, and I use a lot of transparencies to color his shirt. And I get it, you guys that are using traditional pencils and papers and stuff like that, you're not going to be able to do transparencies. So my suggestion is use markers and draw the base color, or color in the base color first, which is going to be orange, and then go over with a light red to get that sort of transparency. Markers are better at transparency than colored pencils are. And here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the base color, of course, outlines, and I'm going to fill in the white spaces. And I'm going to use a lot of rulers and stencils here in order to draw these stripes, because you want the stripes to look good. Here, let's draw some. There you go. So I used red first, colored it in, and you're gonna see me make it into a transparency. Like I said, water markers are markers. You can actually do this. You can actually make them lighter. And then I did red here, and everywhere the stripes cross vertically and horizontally, everywhere they cross, they're going to be dark. So if you want, you can actually, color it in with a darker red at those areas. And then there's very thin purple stripes that go sort of, I guess, 2/3 across each stripe. And that's the makeup of his shirt there. So we're going to color in Pac-Man there, give him a little highlight and a little shadow. Color in the cherry, give it a little shine. And there you go. And there you have it, Wreck-It Ralph with his wedge of cheese looking feet. Anyways, persistence, patience, perseverance. That's how you grow. Hey guys, if you like my content, please like or comment below. And if you want regular updates, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.